Charlie's 520 only has 184 horsepower, while his 540 has 340, nearly double. How could he pass him so easily? The students watching were all stunned. No one thought that Charlie, the guy everyone was sure would lose, would shoot off like an arrow from a bow, instantly blowing past Gavin and leaving him in the dust. Before Gavin was even halfway there, Charlie had already turned around at the end of the road. By the time Gavin was making his turn, Charlie was already back at the starting line. Charlie won, and he won by a landslide. When Gavin finally made it back, he saw Charlie and Claire celebrating his victory, and he felt like he was going to collapse. What just happened? What in the world was going on? Since when was a 520 twice as fast as a 540? That must have modified his car. Oh shoot, he used a modified car to trick me? Darn it! He gritted his teeth, drove his car back to the crowd, and saw Charlie already high-fiving Claire. The other students were still in shock, unable to figure out how Charlie's 520 was so incredibly fast. Gavin slammed his car to a stop, jumped out, and roared, angry. "Darn it, Charlie! You're driving a modified car, aren't you? That's not a fair race. A modified car has way more power than mine. How is that a fair comparison?" Charlie just smirked. "Hey, Gavin, weren't you the one saying it's all about the engine, not about skill or guts? Now that you've lost, are you going to back out?" "I'm not." Gavin's face showed a flash of panic, but he tried to sound tough. "You cheated!" Elsa chimed in with disgust. "Gavin, you're all talk. It's really pathetic. Don't forget the promise you just made. If anyone backs out of the bet, their whole family will have to live with the shame." "Yeah!" A lot of the students who had been waiting to see Charlie get humiliated were now annoyed with Gavin. They could see he was a sore loser. He was a grown man, and he started this whole thing himself, but now he wouldn't even own up to it. Someone else spoke up. "Gavin, you're being a real jerk. Everyone saw it. You were the one who challenged Charlie. You're the one who said it was all about the engine. You said if you lost, your whole family would have to live with it. Are you really going to go back on your word now, just to avoid honoring the bet?" "Yeah," a girl said. "Gavin, we all thought you were a man of your word, but I guess we didn't expect you to flake out like this." Others chimed in. "Now I see what Gavin is really like. He's a total hypocrite. If Charlie had lost, he definitely wouldn't have let him off the hook. Now that he lost, he's being a sore loser. It's pathetic." Gavin's face was a mix of pale and red. To be honest, he had just bought the car less than a month ago and had spent over $700,000 on it. All in. If he really threw a case of fireworks inside and lit them, the car would be completely wrecked. This was his car. He usually wouldn't even let a tiny scratch or speck of dust touch it. So why would he ever be willing to throw fireworks inside? However, with so many of his classmates watching, and the crowd now clearly against him, he knew that if he kept being shameless, they would never hang out with him again. They would tell everyone that he lost a bet and would rather let his whole family live with the shame than honor it. Thinking of this, his heart wavered. If he didn't like the fireworks, his reputation would be ruined. Just then, Charlie suddenly spoke up. "Gavin, we're all classmates here. It's not that serious. Your car is pretty expensive. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to." Gavin instantly breathed a sigh of relief, but the students around them immediately started whispering. "Wow, Charlie is being the bigger person. It's actually embarrassing to watch Gavin right now." Yeah, Charlie realized he can't afford to lose, so he's giving him a way out. Gavin's ego couldn't take it, and he yelled, "Who the hell said I can't afford to lose? Where are the fireworks? Give them to me. If I can make a bet, I can certainly afford to lose it." At that moment, a small smile played on Charlie's lips. Gavin had completely lost it. He couldn't stand being shown up by a nobody like Charlie in front of all his classmates, so he snapped, grabbed the fireworks from Darren, and threw them right into his car. After that, he picked up a lighter, grabbed the fuse, and said coldly, "Watch this. A real man doesn't back down from a bet, and I don't need any pity from Charlie." With that, he immediately flicked the lighter. The fireworks lit up instantly, crackling and exploding inside the car. At first you could see the flashes of light, but soon the car was filled with thick white smoke. The sound of the constantly exploding fireworks was breaking Gavin's heart, but the classmates watching were cheering with excitement. Many of them had already pulled out their phones to record videos, planning to post the whole thing on the internet later so everyone could see this crazy stunt. The case of fireworks exploded, and soon the seats of the 540 were blown apart. The seats were filled with foam, which is super flammable. The fireworks quickly sparked a real fire. No one expected the fireworks to actually ignite the car. It was filled with so much white smoke that no one could even see the flames at first. However, when the fireworks were almost done and the smoke began to clear, the flames inside suddenly roared to life, and the whole interior was engulfed in fire. The classmates at the scene all screamed, and Gavin yelled in shock, "Oh my God, put it out! Put out the fire!" He thought the fireworks would just mess up the seats and the interior, costing him maybe tens of thousands or even $100,000 to fix. He never, ever expected the fireworks would actually set the whole car on fire. He screamed for a fire extinguisher, but no one could help him put out the flames empty-handed. He frantically dialed 911 and then watched helplessly as the fire in his car grew bigger and bigger until it was completely swallowed by the flames. By the time the fire truck arrived, all that was left was the burned-out frame of the 540. Looking at the frame, you couldn't even tell it had once been a luxury car. Gavin slumped to the ground, watching in agony as his beloved turned to ash. If he had known this would happen, he would have done anything to avoid provoking Charlie and challenging him to that race. He hadn't just lost face, his car was totally wrecked. Darren kept a straight face, but inside he thought it was hilarious and secretly gave Charlie a thumbs up. Then he said to Gavin, "Gavin, don't feel too bad. We should probably head inside for dinner." Gavin wanted to make up an excuse and just leave, but then he thought about it. That would be letting Charlie, that off way too easily. After all, his car was ruined because of Charlie. He had to get his payback somehow. So he got to his feet, pretending to be calm, and said, "What's there to be sad about? I was just having a little fun with a bet." A few of his friends came over to back him up. "Yeah, Gavin's loaded. What's one car?" "Exactly. For a guy like him, it's just a car." Everyone knew Gavin was just trying to save face, so they dropped the subject and followed Darren inside for the opening party. Inside the restaurant, a bunch of tables were set up in the main dining area. On a small stage at the front, banners were hanging up celebrating the class reunion and the restaurant's grand opening. A lot of classmates were bringing up gifts. Charlie took the ancient painting he'd bought, walked up to Darren, and said, "Congratulations, Darren. This is a little opening gift from me and Claire." Claire smiled too. "Darren, congratulations. We wish you all the best and a ton of success." "Thank you," Darren said quickly. He then leaned into Charlie's ear and whispered with a smirk, "You and your wife seem a lot closer than what everyone says. So, when are you guys having a baby?" Claire couldn't help but blush when she heard them whispering. Charlie just smiled and said, "Hey, don't spread rumors. When the time comes, I'll let you know. You won't get out of buying a gift, you know." "That's true," Darren nodded eagerly. "I'll definitely give your kid a large cash gift when the time comes." Just then, a woman with heavy makeup and a plain face walked over to Darren. "Darren, who are these two?" "This is one of my best friends from college, Charlie. And this is our old prom queen, Claire, who's now Charlie's wife." After introducing them, Darren introduced the woman beside him. "And this is my fiancée, Aria Hughes. He's the one who's a freeloader?" Aria blurted out, but she quickly realized her mistake and forced a smile. "Oh, Darren's told me so much about you. You two make a beautiful couple." Charlie pretended he didn't hear her and handed the ancient painting to Aria. "This is just a little something from us." Aria smiled. "Oh, you shouldn't have. Just having you here is more than enough." As she spoke, she quickly took the gift box. Charlie said, "You two must be busy. We'll go find a place to sit." "Okay," Darren said apologetically. "Sorry, Charlie, there are so many people here I have to say hello to." As soon as Charlie and Claire walked away, Aria tore open the gift box and found a manuscript inside. She frowned and said, "What did your friend give you?" Darren said, "Can't you see it? It's a painting." Aria sneered. She unrolled the manuscript to look at it. "What is this piece of junk? It's so old and gross. I bet it's worth maybe $100 or $200, Darren said sternly. "What does it matter how much it costs? It's a gift from a friend. It's the thought that counts." Aria shot back. "Oh, please. Let me tell you, you need to keep friends like that at a distance. A gift this cheap doesn't even cover the cost of their dinner." Darren's face darkened. "Aria, do you have to be such a snob?" Aria flew into a rage. "How dare you talk to me like that, Darren? You think I'm a snob? If I were a real snob, do you think I'd be with a loser like you? Don't forget, my dad put up most of the money for this restaurant." Darren looked awkward, suddenly speechless. Just then, Gavin walked up to them. He seemed to have recovered from the whole car-burning fiasco and was back to his usual arrogant self. He went straight to them, handed Darren a thick envelope, and said casually, "Darren, congrats on the opening. I didn't know what to get you, so I just put together a large cash gift." Aria snatched it up, thanking him. She could feel a thick wad of cash inside. It had to be $10,000, and her tone immediately changed. "Oh, thank you so much!" Gavin waved a hand and asked her, "I saw Charlie give you a gift earlier. What was it?" Aria snorted. "Some painting he probably dug out of a thrift store. It's probably worth $100, maybe $200, if that." Gavin sneered. "What do you expect? A loser's always a loser."
To know more, listen to the audio series Heir in Hiding, only on the Pocket FM app.